Good day, my local drones. This is BioGundam, and I'm back again for a topic video this time. So today I wanted to talk about a little bit my experiences and certain trends I have noticed in the anime community at large. So this is kind of me talking about a few of the meta trends I have noticed and me offering my experience and wisdom with them. For example, people calling something the savior of anime, even though they said that last year and the year before, and so on and so forth. And then once said hype dies, people treat it as an above average show or a pile of shit that not even starving children from Africa would eat. Or because something is a deconstruction of the current meta tropes and cliches. It's so clearly a masterpiece, and not just using the whole deconstruction as an element as flavor to fool your taste buds into thinking that this piece of overblown dog shit is a premium prime rib steak fried in a golden grill with children's tears. Or my personal favorite, as long as the series has pretty colors and symbolism, it's clearly a deep series, and if you don't get it, then clearly you don't have a high IQ and are a newbie and should shut up, and let the real intellectual speak. So now we got the cynical sarcasm out of the way, let's get to the real meat of this video. When it comes to the savior anime thing, I feel a lot of people that hype up this narrative are people who are susceptible to groupthink or the hive mind aspect of certain online groups or platforms within the anime community as a whole, or they enjoy taking part of the whole meta discussion aspect that takes place while the hype is at its peak. And I'm not condemning the people who do this or taking part of this, because I myself did it when I was first getting to the anime community as a whole, and I still do it for certain shows, because I do not focus much on the seasonal anime aspect. I still like to be on the loop and have an idea what's going on in the community at large. So for examples for series that were hyped to all hell as quote-unquote masterpieces, and when the hype died down, quite a few people who were hyping it now thought they were shit or above average shows. Like for example, Sword Art Online, Erased, One Punch Man and ReZero, who, in case you have been living under a rock, were overhyped to shit back in their heyday, and anyone who was pointing out its problems or any nitpicks that were perceived in any way negative were shut down almost immediately by downvotes and etc. But then when the hype dies down, those same people more or less agree to those negative views and nitpicks. And I feel that a lot of people who take part in this meta aspect of the anime community as a whole don't have enough insight or introspection to realize the loop or cycle that they are taking part of it. It's kind of like the Matrix in that once you have been red-pilled, you can no longer view the world the same way as you did before. And this will happen to you as well, my dear drones, because like I said before, I too was part of this meta loop, and I broke free through my experiences of consuming anime and manga for 5-ish years. And this will happen to you eventually once you take your anime watching to a certain point. Like most of the time during while this cycle is going down, like almost every season, I'm just a watcher and observer, just seeing what's going on and just commenting on it, like this current video right now. Now when it comes to the whole deconstruction thing, I feel that too many people dick ride this whole deconstruction thing and don't really know what a deconstruction is, or are hyping it up because, oh my god, it's a deconstruction of whatever, hype. Because to be a deconstruction of a formula, trope, or genre, it has to be a critique of it and point out the problems or subvert expectations of their genre. Like for example, quite a few magical girl shows are very cute, light-hearted, and there are a few magical girl shows like Sailor Moon and Madoka Magica who start out very pretty, light, and fluffy, and then at certain moments or arcs shit hits the fan and things get dark, like people dying in horrible ways or going for a really rough time in general. And if you only watched cute, light-hearted magical girl shows up to the point, then those series for you will subvert quite a few expectations you might have had, and maybe said series may deconstruct formulas or tropes they were common or meta for that genre. But this isn't enough to warrant a show being called good or a masterpiece of great writing in my eyes, because if you're going to do a deconstruction, then you have to do something with it, and not just add into flavor to make your series stick out slightly from the sea of unsatisfactory or just downright mediocre series that are being pumped out by the dozen, like the flood in Noah's Ark, because quantity does not equal quality.
Hey guys, it's World War II Deconstruction here today, and I'm gonna deconstruct the new one. My name's not Visk, it's actually World War II Deconstruction. So, I've been hearing a lot of people say the word deconstruction, and I don't think they even know what it means. Okay, I don't even think some people know how to spell the word deconstruction. Let me try. I'll tell you what to spell. Construction. Boom. There you go. See, now you're spelling it. Now you have now learned it. So yeah, deconstruction, man. So deconstruction. Some people have been saying it recently. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so arrogant. I'm sorry out of my life. I don't know him. But yeah, deconstruction, man. It's new. It's deconstructing, man. Gotta say, a lot of shows been using deconstruction. like deconstruction in the animation. I like Tani Yamada, good deconstruction. Like Boys Over Flowers, good deconstruction. Gotta say N-Ride's best deconstruction. Madoka Mob Psycho, deconstruction. Gotta like them all. Gotta catch them all. Deconstruction. Oh man, One Punch Man. Deconstruction of the Punch Man genre. Deconstruction. I keep saying that word. Real life. It's a freaking reconstruction of the ReZero deconstruction, which Berserk is actually a deconstruction of the PlayStation genre, as well as 91 Days is the deconstruction of the day genre that was created by Days, by Mappa. That genre sucked. So 91 Days is by far the best one. And for my money, at the end of the day, the best deconstruction of them all.
And drum roll for my personal favorite. Overthinking shows because they have deep symbolism or the pretty colors, or it talks about human nature or some other deep concepts that you need a high IQ to understand. Which I feel that quite a few people in the anime analysis community and etc. fall into this trap. And if you want to make highbrow content or more academic content surrounding anime or feel a certain way that you can only express in big words, then do whatever the hell you want, because I make content my way and they make content their way, and it's fine because I'm not here to tell people what to do. But what I would like to point out is that quite a few of these channels dive into self-indulgence or pseudo-intellectualism to make them seem smarter than they actually are, or do this because they feel that they cannot be successful in the good anitube community unless they betray themselves this way. Look at me, I use big words like prolific, quintessential, and sophistication. Look how big my brain is. And suckle on my brain juice, you uneducated plebs, and maybe one day you'll get an high IQ like me. When I see people like this, most of the time their content is overbloated word salad that makes less sense than we think about it, and it doesn't really add much to the grand scheme of things, except for the fact you read the entire Oxford Dictionary and read Shakespeare at high school.
I haven't yet watched Wolf's Rain. I love Wolf's Rain. Wolf's Rain is a concept, it's an idea, it's an experience. Having seen trailers and a bit about it generally, I know the basic aesthetic and themes, and Yoko Kanno's soundtrack here is so insanely, remarkably evocative that that experience, Wolf's Rain, washes over me whenever I start one of the songs up. Lost, wandering, searching for paradise, universal human experiences with which to connect. Listen to the lushness of the composition, the emotive storytelling of this dense orchestration. A saxophone weaves its way through a flurry of piano notes. A call and refrain echoes. That lone voice still calls out into the void. Music is an artistic medium. Its objective is the same as a given anime's, to elicit an emotional response. I'm so tired of the bickering over what's more important, writing or visuals. But wait, clearly animation's the most important, since without that it'd just be a regular old movie or TV show. It's the experience. Stop trying to simplify things, boil them down to component parts. You'll have to get abstract, you'll have to get subjective, that's okay. There isn't a science here, a formula, a rubric to be used to grade this series. This music and this art and this world simply come together to convey to me a rich, meaningful tapestry of emotions, woven with the thread of a powerful concept that every element works towards imbuing with meaning.
So this is the end of the video, and I just wanted to talk about a few things I've noticed in the anime community and see if anyone agrees with me or has noticed the same thing. So this is Bio Gundam signing off, and I will see you guys later for a next video. So let's just stop that for now. Stop.